What is up? We are live. Welcome to the Bitcoin Magazine hype stream.
Hype stream, guys.
Hype stream.
Let's go.
All caps.
All caps. CK.
All right, y'all. Yeah. So, y'all, Bitcoin 2021 tickets are going up in price at the end of today. So, currently we're looking at, is it $299 per ticket? $249 if you pay with Bitcoin. Even less if you yeah, wait, Tommy, what's the discount?
50 $50 off if you buy your ticket with Bitcoin. It's $299. You can check out with Eventbrite, use your fiat. Don't use an American Express, they will not let you. But yeah, $299 is the current ticket price. Number go up tonight at midnight.
Yep, number goes up to $399. So, y'all, we're going to sell out, and we need to raise the price in order to make sure that we have tickets closer to the end of the conference. It's a matter of supply and demand, but we are hyped to talk about everything about this conference, answer your guys' questions. If you are watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, go and chat in there. We're each monitoring, and we'll be bringing up your questions. But we have different folks from the BTC Inc. team here, and you know, that manage different parts of putting this conference on. One of the most important is Brandon over here, who is really kind of liaisoning with the speakers and working out the content itself. So really excited for that. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Like,
I got a question. Hold on.
Yeah.
So
okay,
my advice would be, if you want to save the most sats possible or dollars, check out Ustrike. This is a great use case to use Ustrike. You only have to spend from your stack. Just spend some dirty fiat. They'll convert it to sats for you. So, and use our promo code Stack It with Satoshi. So that's the way to get the best deal, right? And that ends at midnight.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually great advice. So if you use Strike, go to b.tc/conference, click on tickets, click on GA ticket with OpenNode, and pay with Strike. Use promo code Satoshi, save 10% off, and man, like that's almost $200 for the ticket for the best conference of, you know, maybe the last 5 years, maybe ever in Bitcoin history. Great point there, Joe.
Yeah, so dude, I think that's worth noting. We had a really jamming clubhouse yesterday. I think we spoke for like 2.5 hours. So for those of you out there listening that aren't able to participate because you don't have an iPhone, it went really well. So we had a ton of feedback from potential attendees, from existing attendees, and so we took notes, and we have a lot of those kind of questions that were outlined. But like CK said, pretty much any platform that this is being streamed on, please fire away a question. But without further ado, I think that we should kind of like hop into the number one question that's out there is, where the hell is this thing going to be, Brandon?
You're actually the first person to ask us that. JK. So we've been working really hard to announce the venue and the location inside of Miami for this conference. Our team is there right now. I'm semi-hoping that one of them at some point just jumps in here with like a little, camera held up, showing them walking around the city. They're working on building up all the partnerships with hotels to get you some sweet deals on, accommodations, maybe some travel partners, and also, getting through some of the T's and C's of this contract. We're hoping that we're going to be able to announce the exact location by the end of next week. I'm going to hold us to that. We're going to be able to get something out so that people can start booking, because I know everyone's really anxious and excited to get their hotels and accommodations locked in. So, it's going to feel even more real once that starts happening. People are going to get ready, going to get hyped. People are going to get Airbnbs together, hang out. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
So, hey, really quick, I want to jump in here. Since we're talking about actually booking accommodations, I want to start seeding this idea into people's minds. The conference technically is on June 4th and 5th for the general admission 2-day event. That's a Friday, Saturday. But there's pretty much going to be like an ongoing Bitcoin party all week, probably even 2 weeks leading up. So, like, if you're thinking about going to Miami early, it's probably not a bad call. And I mean, we're going to post on our website pretty soon, like a list of, affiliated events. We're calling them satellite events. But in 2019, there was at least 30 events, and like, it's probably going to be way bigger and better this time too. So really consider, taking the whole week off, going to Miami and just Bitcoining really hard, with the peak being the conference.
All right, so I wasn't there. I'm curious. So, like, what, as someone who signs up and is going to go, they want to get the most out of this. What is the experience going to be like as far as figuring out the signal? Like, how do you find all the events? Where exactly are people going to be able to find the signal?
Yeah, great question, Joe. As you may know, because you're part of the team, but people who aren't part of the team may not know, we have a satellites page on the website that's going to be for all satellite events. You're going to be able to check them out. Like, people are sending them to us and we're posting them on there. Like, we're trying to be that liaison for people to figure out all the cool stuff happening around this event. And so, check them out there. Also, join our Telegram. There's going to be tons of conversations happening in there. Follow us on Twitter. Like, we're going to do our best to try and be like that source where people can find out stuff going on, during and around the conference. So, just bear with us, hang with us, and you'll get your info.
Yeah, go to that website, b.tc/conference. Somebody in the Twitch chat just asked a good question. Any idea, will it be in the Miami Beach or Miami proper area? It will be Miami proper, so you can at least bet on that.
That's some leaked alpha right there, you guys. Pay attention. If you guys are trying to narrow this down, take notes.
Yeah.
All right, I got a YouTube question. Where the hell do you park your yacht? I said as close to Sailor's yacht as possible. That would be my goal.
Yeah, I don't have my yacht parking space picked out yet, but I'm gonna get the yacht first, and then I'll work on the parking spot.
I mean, if you have a yacht, I would encourage you to plan a satellite event. Tell us about it. Invite us. We would appreciate it. Do it earlier in the week, so we can just spread out the festivities.
Yeah, yachts are welcome.
Absolutely welcome.
We were talking earlier too about like good hacks of how to save as many sats on this ticket. Someone tweeted at us earlier today. I cannot confirm whether this is accurate. Okay, so let me put that out there. But they were saying that if they pay for the ticket with a Sapphire card and then pay that off with the Fold app card, they will get enough sats back to basically go to this conference for free. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but I gotta leak that alpha if I find it, in our Twitter.
And yeah, you gotta smash the retweet button with your brand BTC account. So make sure to follow brand BTC so that way you can get the deets on how to credit card scheme your way to free conferencing.
Somebody asked if satellite events are invite only. So when we talk about satellite events, we're talking about non-official Bitcoin 2021 events, like events after parties, events leading up to the official conference. So it's going to be case by case. It may have a free ticket and or maybe a paid ticket. It may be invite only. That is up to the organizer of that individual satellite event. Good question. Make sure to follow b.tc/conference, and there's a satellite event page. Currently, there are no satellite events listed, but we will have all the official, unofficial satellite events listed on there soon, so you can get a sense of what's all going on that week.
Yeah, to be clear, we probably already have like at least 5 or 10 satellite events that we just haven't put up there yet. So we're saying that they're going to be up there. They're going to be up there, but
we don't have soon.
Get them on there, man. Help the people plan.
Hold on, let me do it real quick.
If it's anything like the last one, there's going to be just a shit ton of events that are happening in the week around the conference, and there's going to be a bunch of different types of people that are throwing them, and the best ones are going to be hard to get into, and you're going to have to kind of just. There's going to be a bunch of little Telegram groups, like in addition to the main Bitcoin conference one, there's going to be a bunch of little offshoot Telegram groups, and that's where like all of the magic happens. But you really are good. If it's anything like last time, which I expect it to be even bigger, and we're going to be pumping, the price should be fucking going crazy. There's going to be more things to do than you have time to do it. You're just going to be running from one thing to the next, and then trying to get some sleep in between.
Right.
Rumor has it this is the 200K party. Can you confirm that?
I can confirm that we are calling for 200K by conference day.
Let's go. Well, I forget what I was about to say.
That's what 200K does to you.
Yeah, it just wipes your mind. Dude, one more thing on that. I'm pretty sure that Monday before is Memorial Day. So if you're really trying to plan like a good vacation, get on out that weekend before, hit the beach, hang out, and then, mentally prepare yourself for the absolute beautiful, chaotic, freedom that is Bitcoin 2021.
So it actually came back to me, but all the content we're putting out is going to be recorded and put on our YouTube page as well as the conference page afterwards. And honestly, like, I'm not saying don't go see the content. You should see the content, and there's going to be stuff that you make time to see. But, the best part about the conference is hanging out with Bitcoiners, seeing people that you only saw on Twitter, that you've been engaging with online in the flesh. And like, that's the best part, grabbing a beer with them, going to the parties, hanging out outside, watching the people ride the skate ramp. So, that's what it's all about.
There's going to be some people riding on some skateboards. That's for sure.
Hey,
one
you
of their
brought
names
up
is
beer.
Shmony Schmock. Rhymes with Shmony Schmock.
What's the situation is like at the conference? Are we going to be able to grab a cold beer during the conference, or what's the deal with that for attendees?
Beers will flow.
Yeah, I mean, we got a whole beer garden outside, DJs, tents, to keep you sheltered from the sun or the rain or whatever, food trucks. I mean, we're going for like a festival feel. We want you to have the freedom to just experience this thing how you want to experience it. And then on top of that, we'll have the great content that you all are excited for, the headline speakers. It's all going to happen. And, like CK said, it's physically impossible for you to be able to experience everything that this conference is going to offer. That's why the content will be online afterwards so that you can catch it there too.
Yeah, you might find yourself out in the block party enjoying a beer and realize that you just missed some great content on the stage, but never fear, we'll have that for you. It's going to be a lot like Bitcoin 2019 indoor-outdoor mix with just music and food and beer and vibes all throughout.
But on that note, there's one difference, right? Like, because I remember the last one, that was my favorite part, was being outside and just talking to people. And I almost had no idea what was going on inside, and I kind of the time was sneaking up on me. So I think this time, like, the plan is to have some screens outside, right, so that people know what's going on while they're drinking and socializing.
Especially for the main, like, keynote level content, we will kind of turn off the music and turn on the the outdoor viewing for the keynote level talks, for sure.
Yeah, we got to pipe that stuff around. We're learning. 2019 was our first time doing an indoor-outdoor vibe. People were outside and lost track of time, like Matt said, and missed some cool stuff. So yeah, we gotta. That's something we got to improve on. This time we're going to have screens out there, and you'll be able to kind of catch and see, keep up to date with what's going on. And if there's something you want to duck in for, you'll be able to run in there.
A question from YouTube. So for all these speakers, are they going to be in person, or are they going to be presenting virtually?
That's a good question. Almost every single speaker that we have right now is presenting in person. Yeah, there's the sound right there. There's going to be a couple that may end up being virtual, and there's a couple that have said that, call me virtual right now, but we'll wait and see, and maybe I'll come in person. But yeah, I mean, this is an in-person event. We're going to support people who are unable to make it by, live streaming out this stuff. But, if you're not there, it's a different experience than what Bitcoin 2021 actually is. So it's in person all the way.
So as far as the keynote speakers go, do you have any more kind of up your sleeve? Do we have any more to drop? Because the list right now is pretty amazing.
I do have some up my sleeve, and I'm not going to tell anyone because, I get to be the guy who holds those cards close to the chest. But let me just say, if these conversations play out how they think they will, we've got some pretty wild speakers that we haven't even announced yet. So be on the lookout.
As if it could get any more wild.
I mean, Bitcoin's price is only going to get more wild, which means that the speakers and the attendees are going to get more wild.
Yeah, I mean, when I've been talking to these speakers, in the past, it's been, the pitch of why do you care about Bitcoin? Why do you want to come talk at this conference? What are we trying to build here? Now it's like, yo, we're doing this. And they're like, I'm in. No questions asked. Get me there. So it's been super exciting to have some of these conversations and see so much buy-in from, people who are well-known even outside of the Bitcoin space. It's been really cool. I mean, we have probably, I would say, maybe 10 people a day hitting us on the contact forum specifically to speak. There are some really cool people who've written in even just today. So, this thing, we're not short on speakers by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to have the best and like the brightest speakers in Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, the content that's going to come from this will be providing, the fodder for conversations for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, decade, the rest of your life. You will remember the content that happened at this conference for the rest of your life.
And
same goes for the artists.
That's a lot. That's like some very, big expectations you're setting your guys' selves up for.
And we will crush them.
All right. I love the confidence.
All right. So yesterday, one of the big topics conversation on the Clubhouse was, what about art? It's kind of, definitely a big part of the Bitcoin culture and the movement. So I'm pumped about it. I know some details, but Tommy, give us the elevator pitch. Let us know some details about art, about merch, just about interacting with the Bitcoin artist.
Yeah, well, everything that Brand just said about the speakers, I could say the same about the artists featured in this art gallery. The Bitcoin art gallery at the conference is going to give Art Basel a run for its money, I think. It's I'm the one curating it, and it's become challenging kind of to figure out where I draw the line, who can get in, who can't. We've got interest from some big artists and some artists that don't necessarily do a whole lot of Bitcoin stuff. So it's an interesting thing to kind of draw the line of what is and is not Bitcoin art. But I mean, if you look at the lineup that we have right now, there's no question each and every one of those artists on the website. You go to b.tc/conference/art-gallery. You can see them on the screen. We got Josie, Crypto Graffiti, Lucio Paletti, Fractal Encrypt, Pascal Boyart. It's just going to be all the OG Bitcoin artists, and I'm adding a few more artists to that list as well. So very excited. There's going to be a lot of dope art at this conference, both digital, physical, experiential, all that. It's definitely.
Tommy, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it possible to share your screen? Is that like a thing that might work, or is it too complicated? Because I feel like if we like putting the conference website on the screen might be hot.
It might.
I tell you what, if you try it and it fails, we'll jump to commercial and be like, "Oh, we meant to do this. Look, everything's fine."
Let me see here.
What if I share my screen? Maybe that's easier.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And if it doesn't work, we meant to do that.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
It's gonna look all screwed up because of the
you.
chroma key.
Oh, Joe's got it.
Yeah.
You can see my screen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got some
might be
cool
small.
design effects.
Joe's
on
just
the,
flexing.
on the stream.
Flexing my
and,
new camera.
It's making it look a little funky. Oh.
How's this look to you guys?
It's,
Does it look good?
yeah. Let me fix the chroma key for this one. We're doing it live.
Fuck it, guys. We're doing it live.
YOLO.
So here's something, right? We got the schedule here, as well as like some stuff about our policies. What's up with Whale Night? Like, why should people pay like $3,000 for this ticket? Like, why is it so hyped?
Yeah, well, it's even more. It's 3,500 for this whale pass. The whale pass is for people who are whales. I mean, if you're an investor, you're an institution, you are an OG whale, and you want the kind of content that comes with that. That's what we're trying to build out here. There's a lot of conversations around lending, custody, smart order routing, exchanges, all the kind of regulations, government, stuff, all that kind of stuff that, I would think would detract from what we're really trying to put on as the main Bitcoin conference event. But that when we have all these people here at the conference, there are a large swath of these people who want to hear this content. And so we've created this day beforehand, which is the Whale Day, where we're going to put out that institutional content. And, it'll give a chance for our partners to talk about what they're doing. It'll give a chance for some regulators to come in and talk about why they want to support Bitcoin and how it's the most important thing going on in the world right now. And it's going to be really cool. And then on top of that, it's going to culminate in Whale Night, which is the night before the conference, June 3rd. And that's going to be like a cool party. There might be some poker going on. It'll be drinks flowing. The speakers will be there. The sponsors will be there. It'll be a good time. And then, the last part of that whale pass is that you'll get access to the Deep, which is a cool VIP section of the conference inside, where you'll get, some drinks, an open bar, a chance to kind of rub shoulders with some other people who have whale passes. And it's a good place to network, good place to meet some investors, and a good place to kind of hear that institutional content. And then, of course, you also get access to the most ballin' conference in the history of the world, Bitcoin 2021, and the after party.
I got a two-part question.
Bring them.
First one is for Matt. Are the boys going to do a live stream? That was from YouTube. And then second part would be for all the content creators out there, would there be like any kind of area to do any kind of podcast recording or creation or anything like that? So Matt, maybe you take it away the first one, and then Brandon, think about number two.
Well, last for Bitcoin 2019, we ended the whole conference with live RHR. I famously asked all the freaks to market buy with me, and it turned out to be the top. It was about like 13.5. And we had about a year of downturn until we had even more than that. I don't think we passed it for like 2 years almost. Just the most recent run up. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I think that's the plan, to do that again. and I'm really looking forward to it. So all the freaks should come out.
We were all looking around at each other like, damn, it feels like we're pumping the price, or this event is pumping the price, and Matt has the evidence. The event pumped the price, and it all went down from there.
Literally the top. The top was the end of the conference.
Right.
SEC, where you at? Yo, so the second question's a good one, though. Content creators, come one, come all. There was so much user-generated content from this event. Tons of people, just snagging interviews with people they've always wanted to talk to at a picnic table. We'll have, hopefully, some quieter areas of the conference where you could get a good conversation in. We'll have tons of media partners coming in with their, different setups, their cameras, maybe even. We might get some film crews from some, legacy media companies. Yuck. And yeah, I mean, it'll be a good time. We'll get to really have good coverage. And, if you've got a podcast, if you've got a YouTube channel, and you're trying to do interviews with some of the biggest names in Bitcoin, I can't think of a better place to kind of get a whole bunch of them all at once than Bitcoin 2021.
If I could jump in too, as a content creator, I think the way to navigate Bitcoin 2021 is that you don't reach out to us to connect you to people, because we can't do that, right? That's not something that we can do. But Bitcoiners are super open. If you want to get a top Bitcoiner, tweet at them, DM them, whatever. Ask them like, hey, when are you going to be available? Let's get on the calendar, kind of plan for it, and you're going to have maximum success. Like, Bitcoiners want to talk to you. A lot of these people go to conferences so that way they can create a ton of content. So do a little bit of planning, and you're going to get a ton out of this week. Like, this is going to be Bitcoin week in Miami, the 200K party at the event. Like, why not be there?
I want to make something clear. It's not going to be the top this time. This time we're going to market buy, and we're going to keep going after that.
I believe it.
It's going to be the launch pad.
Yeah, we had a good question in the Twitch. They were asking about, will there be some musical performances at the event? Tom, you want to answer that one?
Well, yeah. I mean, so the DJs from 2019 will be back. Apart from that, a few other musical guests that we haven't announced yet, and we are working on bigger and bigger names. Do you have anything you can leak?
I'm not going to leak anything, but I will say that I see a comment here that says Joe Rogers will be pole dancing. Joe, can you confirm?
I can't deny.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Well, so there's some entertainment right there. I might, have to miss that one, but just because I'll be busy, I promise. No, we've got some really cool conversations with some really big artists who are all, you probably can think off the top of your head, some really big artists who are into Bitcoin. And those are some of the conversations we're having right now. So I would expect there's going to be some performances, some DJs, obviously, at the event. Maybe at the after party, we'll have some big names performing there too. So be on the lookout. We'll announce those beforehand, but nothing to leak yet.
So I want to get Nick and Dylan involved. Dylan, a quick question: have you been to a Bitcoin conference before?
Yeah, I went to BitBlock Boom this past August, and it was awesome.
Okay. So both you and Nick went to BitBlock Boom. Like, can you guys talk about what it was like to go to your first Bitcoin conference to those watching who've never been to one?
Yeah, I mean, I can start. BitBlock Boom was like, I think 300 people, so a lot smaller than what this will be. But in general, it was awesome to just be around like 300 or, in this case, like thousands of people that are all kind of like-minded, all like just vibing. It's going to be like, the price is probably going to be running up. So I don't know. And like also for me personally, and I imagine a lot of people attending, we communicate with a bunch of people online that like we may or may not have ever even seen before. So just to kind of meet all the people that you interact with and talk with every day is really, really fun.
Yeah, I second that. I met Dylan for the first time at BitBlock Boom, and it was awesome meeting another Zoomer and other people my age, because there were other Zoomers there as well. And it's pretty dope because, like, you just hang out with Bitcoiners all day. You talk Bitcoin, you shoot the shit with them, and you get to know them better, like personally, because there's a lot of stuff that like people will tell you about themselves while they're at a conference versus, you know, putting it out there on the internet where everything's forever. So you kind of get to know people on a personal level better, and that just like brings you closer to them. And then like even after the conference, like you go out, you hit the town, you explore some fun venues, and like it's pretty fun. Like Miami's the perfect place to host a Bitcoin conference.
Pretty fun.
I think you're kind of sugarcoating the off-campus events, but I got to say something real quick. I've been on a couple just one-on-one calls with our good friend Surfer Jim, and he's kind of like the uncle that we all wish that we had. And his advice on these kind of things, I know that, you know, us Bitcoiners some of the younger guys are so dedicated to stacking sats, and they can't even like fathom the idea of spending a little bit of their potential stack to go to one of these events. But I'm going to, you know, paraphrase Jim's advice. And it was, look, you got to invest in yourself, and this investment in yourself to go to one of these conferences. And if it isn't this event, make it a plan for a different one, that maybe this one isn't possible, but go to one of these events, spend the money, invest in yourself, because these relationships that you make, you know, face to face are going to mean so much more over the next year, 5 years, decade. You're going to make some real connections. So consider, you know, that the invitation and that the sage advice I'm channeling from Surfer Jim.
Yeah, if I could
that, I mean,
real quick on that, you know, one thing we didn't really talk about on Clubhouse, but we're going to have basically every single Bitcoin company at this event. And so especially if you're looking to break into the space as a, you know, working in the space, you're working on some desk job, you're working at a financial institution, and you're like, man, I don't care about this, I care about Bitcoin. Like, there's going to be no better opportunity to meet your potential, you know, new company, new coworkers, and your new crew than at Bitcoin 2021. So I 100% echo what Joe said. What were you saying, Dylan?
Yeah, I mean, I was basically going to say the same thing. I mean, just recently joined the Bitcoin Magazine team. And like, I met Joe, met Nick in person in August. And like, I mean, we had like a relationship over Twitter, over social media, but like, there's something about just meeting someone face to face, like spending time hanging out, that you can't replicate over Clubhouse, over a stream, over Twitter. And I mean, these are lasting relationships that you can build. So definitely recommend.
Yeah, I remember the first day, like I flew in there, like a couple hours later, you, me, and Vake, and I forgot his name, but someone and his girlfriend, we all met up at this really nice restaurant for dinner, and it was outside and the weather was warm, and like it was just such a cool vibe to it. And I can't wait to do that again in Miami. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and you know, if I can add one more thing on this too, it's like, you know, everyone's stacking sats. No one hates spending sats more than me, but if not to spend them on hanging out with your Bitcoin community, then what is the point of having sats? You know, it's in order to take advantage of these moments in time that are just scarce, and you know, there's only a few of them, and you just sometimes you just got to pull the trigger and enjoy.
Yeah, all other days, stack those sats. When you're at the conference, you can trade those sats with other Bitcoiners, peer-to-peer transactions in person. How about that?
Yeah, let's talk about spending sats at the conference. So if I want a cold beer, am I going to be able to like fire up a Lightning invoice? What the heck is up with that?
Yeah, good question. The conference is entirely Bitcoin enabled. Everything that you would normally be able to purchase with dirty fiat, you'll be able to purchase with sats instead. We have great partners who are helping Lightning enable everything. We're going to have an arcade with great arcade games. If you were at 2019, you saw the proof of concept. We're blowing it out this time, and we're going to make it, you know, super dope, super cool. You're going to be able to play all sorts of games. You're going to be able to enter into tournaments, maybe win some sats that way, buy your food, buy your drinks. All of it will be Bitcoin enabled. Maybe even a couple of, you know, live action opportunities to interact with certain things at the conference where you'll be able to spend some sats on it and make some cool things happen. So I won't get any more details there, but we're building out some pretty interesting little things there.
So I want to jump in and share my screen again and bring us back to the website. So Tommy, prepare yourself.
Yeah, do it.
So, I mean, here on the main page, obviously we have our headline speakers, which is a pretty freaking impressive list. I have no doubt in Brand that he's going to continue to bolster this.
Slide
But
it
we
over a
also
little bit.
have.
You're cutting off Michael Saylor. Yeah.
I don't know how to slide it over.
There you go.
Look how upset he looks that you cut him off.
Yeah.
Sailor is serious, man. He doesn't fuck
is.
around. But we also have our amazing sponsors. And the reason why I want to highlight, these amazing sponsors, one, because they stuck with us through, pretty much all the COVID crazy in 2020, and they stuck with the conference. And I mean, for a lot of people, they're interested in talking to the companies. They want to know who's going to be there, who can they meet, who can they network with. So this is a pretty nice snapshot of, the variety of Bitcoin companies that have already committed to being at the event and will be there.
Yeah, totally. And, my heart goes out to our sales team because if you guys saw their calendar, they have a call every waking second of every day now. Literally, there are companies that are just pouring out of the woodworks trying to get involved in this conference. So this is a huge list. It's going to be maybe, I don't even know, double this, triple this. When it's all said and done, who knows? It could be huge. Every company that you've ever want to meet will be at Bitcoin 2021.
Take a screenshot, guys. Go to the website, check it out. It's all on the website as well. But a lot of great companies going to be there. A lot of opportunities for you Bitcoiners trying to get jobs, to network. Let's jump over to the speaker lineup. Can't cut off the man, the myth, the legend, Sailor for long.
Yeah, nudge it over a little bit. Little nudge.
To the left.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can nudge it. I feel like it's kind of how it's cropped on your
horizontal
end.
scroll bar. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Nope. That's
We're
full
doing it
screen
live.
share. Sorry, guys. Doing it live. Hope this looks okay. We got Jack Dorsey. Can you guys see all these guys' names at least?
Oh, I see him.
We see him. Tony Hawk. Who doesn't know Tony Hawk?
The legend, the icon.
Who doesn't know that Tony Hawk has been into Bitcoin since 2013
And never sold.
and claims to have never have sold? So
He's got stronger hands than some of you guys watching this stream right now.
yeah, for any of you asking why is Tony Hawk a speaker at this conference, there you go.
Hey, we got a lot of great speakers.
Our
Those are
very
just
own
the headliners.
AVW. You can't see his head right now, but he's right there.
Are
my
all the people
fault.
on the left cut off?
Yeah, pretty much. You're like 100 pixels on your left is cut off, but you'll be fine.
All right.
They get it.
Well, we can end this.
The
We
mayor.
can end this stream.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
the
see-
mayor
I
of
can see
Miami.
it.
You got
The mayor
Scaramucci,
speaking is
you got
pretty
Mayor
badass.
Francis Suarez,
The pomp.
Pomp, of course, Andrew Polstra,
Is that Matt Odell?
Heat, of course, Matt.
Who's Matt Odell?
Where is Matt?
Watch him emerge from the S&P chart. There he
Was that
is.
called?
I know Corey and the Swan crew have big plans as well. They're going to be there, of course. Swan Force.
Alex
We got-
Gladstein's a huge name.
We're just
Yeah,
going.
guys.
So many
The list is
OGs.
massive.
The list is massive. And,
That's
the funny
insane.
thing is that if you saw my work that I'm doing right now, that list is just the beginning. We've got so many great speakers just waiting to be added to the site and waited to be confirmed. So, keep scrolling that site. You should check it. You should check it every day because you never know what you're going to find when you pull up that site the next day. We'll have tons of announcements rolling in every day. It's exciting.
Yeah, and someone asked how big is the Tony Hawk half pipe? It's big. About as big as a Tony Hawk half pipe needs to be.
Yeah, if you can picture, Tony Hawk skating on a half pipe,
It's going to be that.
it's going to be that.
Big style.
I wish I could tell. I wish I knew like the dimensions and I was familiar with those kind of things, but it is can confirm it is big.
So is there going to be there's a ton of speakers. There's no way just one stage. What's the setup going to be like? Can you give us any idea on how many stages or what that's going to be like?
Yeah, of course. You're going to have your main stage. You're going to have a secondary stage. And then...
Might be adding in a live stream stage.
Right, that's right. That's what I was reading.
To kind of help out with, people who can't make it. It'll be a good way for us to package up some of this live stream material and make it look, more like it was made for a live stream when they're consuming it. So that'll give us a little, we'll be putting a lot of our main stage content through the live stream stage, but also maybe be able to add in extra people who are streaming in, for instance. That would be a good place for them to be able to stream in.
And of course, a music stage separate from the others.
Yes, the DJ.
So one of the questions yesterday that I hadn't thought about was COVID restrictions, and one of the attendees brought up yesterday. He's recovering. He has kind of a fragile immune system. Will there be any kind of restrictions or any precautions in place around COVID?
Yeah, it's a question that we get a lot. So COVID has been the backdrop of us putting on this conference since 2020 when we first tried to put this thing on back in March of 2020. So, we've been working through it. It finally looks like we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Things look like they're clearing up, which we're really grateful and excited about. I'm not going to say that, we knew that was going to happen, but it was in our plans to aim for this time because we were hoping that it was going to look like it does right now. What I will say is that if you're out there, if you're thinking about coming, but you are extremely worried about COVID, maybe you need to just either join us on the live stream or look at coming to next year's event. We're going to do our best to make this as safe as possible while also keeping it, as free and open as we can. There's going to be restrictions from the city of Miami that we're going to have to comply with. What those will look like is probably different from what they currently look like. So don't want to get too far into the weeds there because, we're going to be working with the city to make sure that, we're complying. And what that looks like just might be different than what it is now. The main things that I can think off the top of my head, as of right now, they're wanting us to look at doing temperature checks on the way in and maybe having COVID sniffing dogs, which, if those exist, then that's pretty cool. But, I digress. Anyway, what it'll look like at the time that we actually launch, we'll see, but it'll be compliant. And yeah, like I said, COVID is it's a difficult subject to talk about, but I think that ultimately, if you're looking to come to a conference with zero risk, maybe look at 2022.
I don't know if there's ever anything with zero risk, but
yeah.
But well stated.
So I want to kind of bring up, what's the deal with our privacy and opsec policy? I was talking to someone who was like, hey, do I have to put my real name into this? Like, how are you guys going to make sure that the tickets are going to the right person? Do you guys have some basic advice for the opsec friendly and conscious people out there who want to come, but don't want to put their information on the list?
Yeah, I mean, I can take this one too, but I'll also let someone else talk if someone else wants to take this.
Brand.
It's a pretty easy one. Okay, I'll take it. So yeah, on the website, you're allowed to register under whatever NIM you want to use. We are pseudonym friendly. So, all that you're going to need in order to be able to register is the QR code that you get when you register. So as long as you have access to that email address that you put, you're going to be able to register for the conference and get in. We want to protect people's and respect people's OPSEC, so we're totally friendly. I think in 2019 we had someone come in a full chainmail mask looking thing. It was pretty cool. I mean, you get all sorts of characters in Bitcoin, so you gotta let them be individuals. Yeah.
It's probably gonna chroma key out. Oh, look at that. You could show up like this if you wanted to.
17,000 of you, we are all we need.
No,
yeah, you gotta take the hat off first. Yep, Dylan has the Bitcoin mask. Yeah, so I mean, hey, we're going to have a lot of options there for protecting your OPSEC, but have no fear. You can use whatever NIM you want in the sign up process. Just make sure you have access to that email address, guys. Like, that's the most important thing. If you have access to your email address, you're going to have all the information you need to get into the conference, get your wristband, get your lanyard if you want it. You can write whatever you want on your lanyard. Like, this is the kind of stuff, like, Bitcoiners understand what Bitcoiners need, and Bitcoiners are putting this event on.
Hey, so we got a small team. What if you're a pleb out there watching and you wanted to get involved? Is there going to be any volunteer opportunities?
Good question. We were lucky that on the clubhouse yesterday, there were a lot of people who were interested in volunteering. Bitcoin community is the best. We are a small team. If you've got skills, especially around event production, event management, or you're willing to just, be some muscle and lift some boxes and help, with just keeping everything in order, hit us up on the contact forum. We have a contact form on the website. You can see it at the bottom of the screen, b.tc/conference. You'll find the contact form, kind of the drop-down menu there. And just tell us you want to volunteer. We're going to be bringing in probably tons of volunteers. I mean, I don't even want to venture a guess at how many we're going to need to bring in.
How many did we have last time?
I think last time we had 20-ish. Does that feel right?
It felt like around there, maybe a little more.
Yeah, and we were a bigger team then. So, we're smaller
Right.
now. We're going to need more help now. So, absolutely, if you want to volunteer, hit us up.
Volunteers were very clutch at 2019, and they all had a great time, man. Like, they felt like they were part of the family. Like, I have to preface it that if you volunteer, it is work. You get access to the event, you get access to all the stuff, but it is work for sure. But everyone who volunteered understood that last time, and they had a great time. So it was a
part of
pleasure
the
working
family.
with them. Yeah, absolutely. Putting on this event, it's special. Like, companies were created at Bitcoin 2019. I know that Swan was made in 2019. I know that a lot of deals were created, OpenNode and Blockstream, and a lot of companies got some really high quality networking done at that event. And I have no doubt that this event will also, it's kind of like a combo of a professional networking event combined with like a festival. Like, it's really unreal.
I mean, here's a little perspective, real quick. In 2019, Trevor Jones was there, and not to, give too much away. We basically had to move Trevor Jones's art gallery because it was in conflict with where the coffee station was. So, like, think about an artist who recently has sold millions and millions of dollars worth of art. At that point, was basically forced to give way to the coffee station, unfortunately, and like that was 2019. Here we are in 2021. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it. But I mean, that art gallery, looking back versus this art gallery, it's just going to be insane to see how much we've grown since.
We got some uncovered gems at that one. I'm sure we're going to have even more at this one.
Right.
Question. What is the after party, and do I want to buy a ticket to it?
That is a good question. What it is, I wish we had Justin. He's the one planning that particular.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, the after party is an after party, right? I mean,
Right.
if you've been to an after party, you know what it is. It's going to
So
be.
is it going to
like
be on
Saturday
campus?
night.
No,
It's
it
going
will
to be
not
on campus, same
It
place?
will not
or
be at
what-
the
what's
same venue as the conference. It'll be at a totally separate venue.
If you want to know where Justin from our team is right now, I'm pretty sure he's scoping out one of the venues that we're looking at,
Right.
literally inside it right now. It'd be cool if he could zoom in with the camera on and just show us around. But
They
we've
won't.
got it. What are you saying?
They won't.
Yeah, no, they won't. But yeah, we've got a couple that we're narrowed down to. We're trying to find a really big venue so that we can, have as many people from the conference attend as possible. It's going to be smaller capacity than the actual conference itself, though. So if you're interested in going to the after party, the official after party, get your ticket now.
Yeah, it's
because,
almost sold out.
Yeah,
Almost.
it is very close to being sold out.
Right.
Is that going to be like a rave or a foam party, something like that? What should we expect?
I think you can expect something closer to those things. Yes.
Keeping everything under the sleeve. There'll be music, there'll be dancing, the drinks will be flowing. It'll be a good time. and we'll probably have some live performances from some big names. So be on the lookout as we announce that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, we're selecting the venue right now, and we'll have a lot more details coming out as we, you know, sign some contracts.
Sponsored by FTX. We know that Sam takes it to the big leagues. You know, he goes hard, and
yeah, there is no bigger party animal than Sam Bankman-Fried.
He doesn't sleep. We know that for a fact. But y'all, like, there's going to be so many satellite events. So, you know, the after party will sell out. If that's your vibe, buy your ticket now. Don't wait. If that's not your vibe, then have no fear. There's going to be like 4 yacht parties. You know, there's going to be other parties on the ground. In whatever fashion you prefer, there'll be something with Bitcoiners.
Bitcoiners will take over the city of Miami, just like we are right now as we speak.
I'm pretty sure we have taken over. So, like, there's a nice contingency of Bitcoiners already there. It's almost like a little citadel.
Yeah, we have boots on the ground. They just don't know it yet. All
right,
those
y'all.
Bitcoiners.
Should we wrap it up? I mean, we haven't showed promo code Satoshi in a while. Joe, what's the secret to getting the cheapest ticket possible?
Yo, you got to stack with our boys at Ellen Strike. You don't want to use your sats, but pay for your ticket, general admission ticket with Ellen Strike. Enter promo code Satoshi for 10% off. It's where you get the best deal possible, and you're not spending from your cold storage. So that's the best way to do it. And by the way, price increase tonight, going up $100 per general admission ticket. So if there's a time to buy and you like your Satoshis and you value your time, the time is now to buy. So I urge you to go save your money now if you're planning on coming. Otherwise, we're just going to be a little bit more revenue to go to the party. So either way, come and join us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Spend your Bitcoin on this ticket. When you register with Bitcoin, you'll save $50 off your ticket, and then just go ahead and stack those sats right back. I mean, and there's ways to get sats back on that purchase as well. So promo code Satoshi, get 10% off on top of all that. There's no reason not to get your ticket today. Don't wait till tomorrow.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I feel like on that, let's just roll the commercial.
Okay.
See you guys in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Peace, y'all.